Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to the Kaur Show, and today we are holding up episode 17. That's an amazing journey of 17 plus weeks, I believe. And thank you everyone for being so like participating so far and having us in this journey and listening to our various episodes. Today is actually a very special episode where we're going to talk about this journey and what we have achieved so far, what we can improve, and what's been our personal experience. And as always, with me is my co-host Ranjit Kaur. Tenji Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. How are you,
How are
Benji?
you?
I'm
I'm
good,
good. How about
thanks.
you?
Yeah, no, I'm really good, thanks. How are you?
That's yes, that's great. Yes. So today we haven't got any guest, and it's just you and me. How you feeling about that?
It's very different. It will be very
Yes.
different. But it'll be good. It'll be good to know more about the show and how we've progressed. So this will be great for our discussion today.
That's right, yes. So it's been nearly 18 weeks, I'll say, because it's episode 17, and we did have an introductory episode as well, and we did skip one of the week only so far. And so it's nearly 19 weeks we've been together. We never talked so much before, I believe, before this time period and before this show so much frequently. And I believe we definitely have come to a great journey so far. What are your thoughts on that?
No, I'm absolutely amazed that we've come this far. Before it was you as we were always in talk of my books with you in Melbourne, so that was always a good
Yes.
thing. But this is more a one-to-one and getting people to talk, other topics to cover. So I mean, we've covered so many topics, even loads of mental health ones as well, including men's mental health, sexual abuse.
Hmm.
We had miscarriage and baby loss last week. We had coping with the pandemic. And to
Yeah.
hearing then inspirational stories like Amarjit Singh, who is a blind runner in India, to Manpreet Kaur, who is the first Sikh female journalist in Pakistan, and much, much more. So we've accomplished quite a bit, I think, in all these
Yeah.
weeks.
Definitely, yes. And before we started this car show, I think yes, we definitely wanted to vision something that where we could actually help the community and give a platform to raise a voice where, especially for the people who haven't. And I believe we have come across so many participants. So maybe we can share our own experience of what kind of feedback and what kind of comments we have been getting so far, and how much we have been able to help in the community. What are your thoughts? Like, you've been getting many comments and listening from around as well.
Yeah, no, I have. I've had lots of thank yous for doing this show and running a
Yeah.
platform where people can talk about their experience and then other people are listening. So the type of feedback I've got is, for example, it's been absolutely amazing that you cover topics that we would not normally talk about, even at
Mm,
home. Or we've even got comments like, "Thank you for today's show. I've learnt loads about men's mental health, which I didn't even know existed."
yeah.
And now that I know what signs there can be and where to go, which makes a difference. So there may be an issue somewhere, but actually letting people know where to go if there is an issue is the bigger thing for me.
Yeah.
Other comments we've got is like last week we did the baby loss topic, which is very sensitive, but I
Hmm.
got a lot of feedback after saying this was so good and that those people thought they were alone and they couldn't talk openly or freely. So they were so happy somebody could come forward. It was Gurinder Kaur Mann last week who came forward and talked about her 7 miscarriages. So it's
Yeah.
amazing how people are coming forward and talking. But we've got loads of positive feedback, I think, in
Hmm.
this so many coming weeks we've had. It's been brilliant.
Yeah, it's definitely been, and with a wide variety of topics that's been covered, and we ourselves are learning a lot, and we have learned a lot during this time, and especially with Gurindaman that you mentioned, definitely that was really incredible journey of courage and achievement as well, and it's not easy to discuss these kind of stories, and we really had a great feedback. And some people, because of the name confusion with Gurinda Kaur Man and myself being Gurinda Kaur as well, I had so many people who contacted me, and they actually applauded myself, saying regarding the courage that it's been taken. And I
No.
really didn't mind when anyone was approaching me and mentioning all this, because I believe it's the journey of a woman, of a courageous woman. It's not one good intercore. It can be any good intercore, or it can be
Mhm.
any woman. And you never know in life. You have to be courageous when something like that happen. It's easy to say, being in the divine will, being in the hukum, but to actually go through that journey and um, having the journey of being a mother and all that courage, six miscarriages, one stillborn, that was a huge courage of, very inspirational.
No, I think also when it's raw, when it's still, the feeling is there. Even I think even if you've had a child, all those other feelings don't just go away. So I think that was really good that she was able to do that, and it was not just her, but other stories we've had with mental health as well. People coming forward with the sexual abuse or any other taboo topics. That's the aim of this show, which was
Yeah,
initially to be the voice for those who cannot speak up. And but it was
definitely.
it was never dreamed like that. It was just, we took one show at a time as it came, and then a lot of people came forward and said, can we come on as well, and can we share our story? So I thought that was absolutely amazing that we've come this far.
Yes,
So
and
that's why we
definitely,
thought
yeah,
no, so that's why we thought,
yeah.
let's give our viewers a chance to get to know us as hosts of this show.
Mm,
And then
mm,
we will, if you've got any questions as well, sensible questions, in the comments, then please leave them. And we will love to be able to engage with our audience today as well. But our
definitely.
journey so far has been amazing. But Benji, I think we should talk about the type of work that we do as well as individuals. So I'm going to ask you
So
first. So what type of work do you do so people can get to know you, the real you?
sure. Some people think in Australia, like in those who especially know me, and they think that I'm maybe doing a full-time social work or doing something with family violence or community work. But yeah, that's so I am a full-time actually employed in a public services, and I'm a business analyst by profession, and that's my full-time job. So 5 days a week, and I don't know. So that's my IT profession. I've worked with private companies before, like Telstra, and I've worked with, I don't think I want to tell about what departments names because they sound very scary to people. And so I just want to say I'm a business analyst. And besides that, I try to do something in the community, whichever I can.
Sing Station. Yes.
Yeah, Sing Station. Yes. So Sing Station, probably it's going to take time, but I'll try to keep it short. Sing Station was something that we started as something being inspired from the Khalsa camps itself. So in the Khalsa camps, when we attended the first one, there was some inspiration to start something as a Sikh media and raise your voice, have a platform where we can write blogs and everything. So we started our journey in 2013, and we started with Sikhi blogs and writing some Gurmat articles and some news as well, just to keep everything on one kind of platform. And with the technology and with the resources these days, we have learned now to come through all these timings and bring all these videos, multimedia, and live shows now. So it's grown up. It's been a journey of 7 years with Sing Station as well, and that's all we have been doing on a volunteer basis. We haven't tried to make it a commercial platform. It's just, as a Sangat kind of platform so far.
I love it. I think it's amazing. I really do. I think it's been so good with Sing Station
Yes.
being a place where people can learn anything about Sikhi, the news out there in the world and in Australia as well. And I like how you've got the youth as well that have come forward to have their own shows. You also have other women's shows as well, which I've seen.
Hmm.
They are so good. They are so funny. So
That's
you've
right.
got a bit of
Yeah.
everything, Hannah. And it's a great saver. I think it's a really good saver. It's your time, Hannah, to volunteer for the Sangat.
Yeah, I think also it was part of this timing that we had the opportunity due to coronavirus, that we were sitting at home, and it was something like we started as a June, the month of June 2020. We thought, okay, we're gonna do some special series of June '84. That's how it started, but we got such a huge feedback that we couldn't step back, and the Sangat asked us to just carry on and bring something new as well, and that's how we kept on going, and that's how all these shows started as well, and the youth contacted as well that they wanted to bring as well. So that's how all the pieces kept on connecting.
Yes,
So
and that's
Benji,
how
also
we
tell
were.
us,
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us about yourself as well. What you do. You're a creative designer, and we know you about Sikh coloring books by Ranjit Kaur. Please tell us your journey with that as well.
Yeah, sure. So, by profession, I'm a Unix analyst. But since having a family, I'm now the creator of Seek Coloring Books, where
Yeah.
I design, I publish coloring books for the younger generation so they can learn Sikhi in a really fun way. And I also do like gifts for families, which include like framed arts and customized mugs. So I do lots of things that are creative, but I absolutely love doing what I do. While I'm at home with the Nyane, I think it's important that I'm doing something. Kyunki ghar da kam nahi mukda, like it's always forever going on. So that's why it's good to be creative. But we have some comments already as well, which is very nice.
Okay.
We've got Ranjit Taliwal. We've got Good Initiative. Thank you so much. We've got Gurmeet Kaur, who's a friend from local here. You both have done a great job. What has been your favorite show and why? Okay, there's a question behind that one. Never
Oh.
saw that one. So, what has been your favorite show and why? Okay, Benji, I'm asking you that question.
Ah, that's a really interesting question. I actually missed the second part when I was reading this comment. Um, my favorite show, so maybe Gurmeet ji can clarify a little bit more. Is that in context of the car show or just as a in general? I might just touch base on the car show. Well, really speaking, I actually enjoyed every single bit. Like starting with the journey where we learned about the family violence, and we spoke to Manmeet Kaur, the first Sikh journalist. I think that was incredible as well. Story. Um, I've been actually enjoying every single show, whether it's been Sikh classical music, it's been the journey of Amarjit Singh Chawla, you know, because I had never heard about him before, and that learning process. I think that what we more enjoy is getting to know someone who is coming to our show and their inspirational journey.
Yeah,
So
so
I've
Gurmeet
really
is
been
saying
enjoying.
the core show. She
Yes,
is saying
the
core show.
car
But
show.
I think that again, similar to yourself, every week when I'm doing those posters and designing, I
Mm,
love the thrill of sending them a generic email, welcome to the show. I think it's
yeah,
amazing. And every story we've come with has had a story behind it. And it's great to portray that on our show. So I've really
yeah.
enjoyed so many that I could list, but I've been learning loads as well as we've been going on this.
Mm,
I'm not a host. You taught me how to
yeah.
be one, but otherwise you're a natural with Sing Station. So this
Well,
is
Benji, even I hadn't done many before the car show or just before the coronavirus period. So I think it was definitely a new experience, and coming every weekend so frequently, definitely it added on.
yeah, no, that is good. We've got Guneet Kochawla who said, keep up the good work. You are doing really great. Thank you so much. We've got Uma Bardwaj. We've got Gorinda ji. You are doing an incredible work on Sing Station and balancing both passion and profession. So, Benji, how are you balancing family life and Sing Station? Like, you do so much.
Well, really speaking, Penji, I might say that in Punjabi. एक बारी ना मैं same question I asked someone who was doing so much multitasking, and they very simply answered, and that really touched, and I really 100% agree on that, and I believe that's something I feel personally as well. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਚਾਹ ਉੱਥੇ ਰਾਹ, where there is a will, there is a way. So what I've realized in my life, like if you have a passion of something and if you really want to do something, God actually creates the way for that. And really speaking, I don't think I'm doing any different. It is all possible. And when we say all possible, I know people who are just watching maybe some extra timings on the TV or maybe on social media or even sleeping. Some people do like sleeping in the daytime. I just think that I am not doing all that. So even if I do have a good sleep as well. I believe it's just my passion which continuously keep me into my time management, how I'm going to do that. And I've just got a habit of doing something, multitasking as well nowadays, to manage my stuff. And I keep my priorities list on that, what I'm going to complete on that day, so that my stress level keep down as well. So, and that's very important. If you know something that you have to complete today, you have to keep it on the highest priority list. That way, at least you're not stressed about tomorrow.
No, you're
As I
right.
said, and yeah, and for this timing doing all these shows, and I also do twice a week gurmat classes for kids via Zoom, so that's another 2 hours. But as I said, some many times I thought to myself, maybe I should reduce that, maybe I should not do that anymore. But really speaking, Benji, when I do that, and after spending that 1 hour, I feel to myself, no, this is really something that needs to be done, and that then keeps giving me positive energy. And I think that positive energy, sangat pyar, and my own passion actually keep me going.
No, you're right. Sangat
So
Pyar is
yeah,
definitely the way forward. And we've got a lot of Sangat Pyar today as well on our comments. So
yeah.
this is good. We've got Raman Marupar saying, good show, cool show. Thank you so much. We've got Uma, who's also said, Ranjit Kaur, you are multi-talented. Hats to you. Thank you so much. Bajnam Kaur, who's local to you, well,
Hmm.
in New Zealand. There have been so many good shows. Thank you for bringing us unique, informative shows. Thank you so much, Benji. And we've also got Agam Preco. Great work in addressing issues that address our community needs. I think this is very important. You know, we've hit
Hmm.
some taboo topics where we have thought, कि, you know, किसने आना है साडे show ते आज, क्योंकि, you know, this is going to be a very
Bilkul.
difficult topic. But if we cover them and then people see them after as well, at least then we've covered that show that people don't talk about. And I think that's the uniqueness of the show. Um,
Hmm.
and we've got Preet Kinder who said, well done, girls. Thank you so much. We've got Agam Preet. Benji, your efforts are very important to us and you are such a great resource for our community. Thank you so much. And we've got Sukhjit Kaur, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
And I
So,
must tell, this is, and I want to
yeah.
say thanks to some of our regular viewers who have been, your journey with us is very important to us. You keep us motivating, and that's how we come back every week, even if we are thinking, okay, whether we should continue or, inspiring us. And thank you so much to all the audience who've been truly with us and engaging us with all this.
It's very important with the audience. It really helps us. So,
Yes.
Benji, how did you feel when I first approached you with the idea of the core show? How did you feel about that back then?
I think that was something I thought, oh yeah, I was thinking about that. But sometime ਹੁੰਦਾ na ke like ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੁਝ ਸੋਚਦੇ ਹੋ but ਸੋਚਦੇ ਚਲੋ ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ, leave it pending, maybe we will do it. You keep on, postponing it. But when you came and you talked about this, I thought, okay, yeah, maybe it's the time. We need to
Mm.
connect and we need to start something. And you know how when we started up, we are the first topic that we were originally considering and which we have not covered so far. And we might even share with our audience that the first topic that we were planning to cover was about women's facial hair issues. And we were thinking to address that because a lot of women actually from the Sikh community especially approach us, and they have even been telling me last few weeks, okay, we need to get something with this issue. So that's how our conversation started, and that's Penji. I think it wasn't just not my journey. I think when you came to me, that was something we started planning, and it became something a united topic, and we started discussing. So I think it wouldn't have existed without you or without me, whatever we can say.
Yeah, definitely,
That's
both of us. But
how
I
Vaiguruji
did think
brought
it
us
was just
together.
gonna
Yeah.
I did think it was going to be just a one-off show, you know, just about guests and how
Hmm.
to, you know, tackle that issue with guests and how people talk about it and how people approach you with the comments or
Yeah.
negative. But I didn't think it would be a whole core show into week by week by week. So this has been, but with the pandemic, it helped because although I had the Niani at home, it was still one of those things, like you said before, about passion. You know, so I enjoyed doing this, and it was such a personal
Yeah.
target for me to be
Yeah.
alongside with you because you're a pro. It was brilliant. I was really enjoying myself.
My phone is pro, but not me. But
No,
I
no,
want to
Benji.
share, yeah, I might actually share some of the feedback that we have been getting and why we kept actually going. So, Penji, you won't believe, like, so many people who I have never been in touch, like, personally over the text, or whom I might not have engaged through any messaging services, they came through. They contacted myself in Australia, and they said they have been watching this, and they've always been, willing to talk this. Some people called me for the first time. I don't know where they got my contact from, but they really wanted a space to talk about and these issues to be stressed. And that was the most motivational part of this particular show that I enjoyed.
No,
Yeah,
it's
maybe
brilliant. What
I'm sure you
what
you
type
would
of
have been getting
feedback?
few calls.
What type
Yeah.
of feedback did you get then, like from other people?
Well, it's been really great. There are some issues like where there are some shows where people either enjoy or don't like, but this is something, it's not about entertainment. It's about our lives. It's about the community that we are living in. And people always want to talk about few things. Despite what religion you are, doesn't matter what community you belong to. It's about us, and it's about the people who are around us as well, and they want to share about what's happening, what's the real issues in our lives, be it mental health, be it family issues, we have spoken about, and be it inspiring journeys like especially the journey of Spotty Sick and even Manmeet Kaur. That was really inspiring. And you won't believe, one of the person, they actually called me from interstate, and they actually enjoyed the diet show. We had nutrition, neat nutrition, and they said, I always used to say to my wife, chole bhature nahi khane, but after watching her show, I have allowed her. That was so funny. So that people are noticing you. That's the main thing.
Hmm.
So that's
No,
what I
Neat's
was
actually
really
really
enjoy
good.
about. It
Yeah,
was,
Neat
yes.
Nutrition, she's someone that I knew from Instagram just by looking at her posts, and I just thought, wow, she's so bubbly.
Hmm.
Maybe we should get her onto the course show and talk about topics that, are like Sholle Paduri, you wouldn't really hear someone say, Ana, khao ja khai chalo. But she was very like, you need to think about whether you're hungry or not. Hannah, whether you want the
Hmm.
sholle bhature or not, but just think about whether you're hungry, and then think about what you're going to eat. So she's my coach at the moment with nutrition, and she's brilliant,
Oh,
really, really
wow.
good. No, she's
Awesome.
amazing. So,
Yeah.
how do you feel about covering taboo topics? Because it's not probably something we've ever done before, or on your Sing Station before. I'm not sure. Have you ever covered taboo topics on the Sing Station?
Don't think so, Benji. Not exactly like we are doing it right now. I might have shared some blogs in the past, but that's not like where people engage with you. People might read those and they keep it to themselves, or they might leave some comments. Um, but sometimes when you talk about it and they see the real people who are actually talking about this, that's a truly different aspect. And they connect with you then because they know, okay, they know this face. They might have seen myself or yourself in the Gurdwara, or they even know that they're from the same city. So people connect with you and they want to, discuss more or approach you. And since the start of the core show, I've actually been getting a lot of contacts where people want to discuss their issues and find out some ways out. And even the topics that we have not covered, people have come up sharing with that. And as far as discussing these topics come, I do need, I think, I always try to find some real life examples and also something inspiring from Gurbani where we can motivate people, and what are the strengths and where the strengths can be found. I think we do a little preparation for that as well, which is very important. Otherwise, there is no point. If we can't help the community, then there is no point. But it does empower myself when I start reading about these topics. I feel I need to learn a lot of things. So definitely. What about you, Penji?
No, I think it's we've received so much positive feedback that we should continue on with the show. I do get a lot of people asking, can we cover this? Can we cover that? And I'm just like, yes, you're welcome, because that's what we
Hmm.
want. We want real people coming forward. We don't necessarily need to have amazingly popular people. It's not about that. It's about covering topics. So we did have El Fresh, who is actually an amazing, he's a big name, big time. But even with him, it was so natural. It was so good just
Hmm.
talking to him. And now he, before I thought he was approachable, but now I even think he's more approachable. So
Yeah.
it's people of just the community that want to come forward and talk about anything. That's what we want to share, the stories that people don't really talk about, or their
Yeah.
inspirational stories that they think make a difference to somebody else. Like we had Amarjeet Singh, that was amazing. But I remember one
Amazing.
story sticking out that we did have, and I'm always going to remember Amarjeet Singh. Oh, he's given a comment, which is lovely.
Yes.
Lovely initiative. I'm so glad I was part of this. I'm so glad. I saw his reel on Instagram from somewhere else and I thought, wow. And it was amazing. And so when I approached them, I said, would you like to come to the core show? They were like, yes, we don't mind. And that's how we've gotten
Okay,
to learn his journey. And a lot of feedback from that show was absolutely amazing because then that made people think, oh, we should probably do running because if the thing can do it, then why shouldn't we? So hopefully it
absolutely.
motivates people in different ways. But I do
Hmm.
think this show has definitely personally helped me in so many ways because I wouldn't come on a show and start talking confidently or naturally, whereas now, it's become normal.
Yeah, that's right. Yes. And sometimes we don't even like, we just come up like 5 minutes before starting the show. And that's really amazing how far we have come. It has become
Definitely.
such a natural thing. And with Amarjit Singh ji, definitely, once this coronavirus period is gone, as we have promised him, definitely looking to bring him in Australia as well. And, get to meet him. That will be really amazing having him here.
Yes, his persona was
Absolutely.
lovely. And regarding
Yes.
taboo topics, like I've always wanted to do that where we talk about topics that people don't talk about. Because I'm from a
Hmm.
family where we do talk quite openly about things, and we try to resolve issues straight away as well. So I just think a lot of people don't talk about issues because there's no way of finding out how to resolve an issue. So I
Yeah.
think this platform, we're able to have people come on and give you strategies or ways, like we had Seek Your Mind with parenting strategies. So that was a way where people, if they had issues with their kids, they could always go to Seek Your Mind. So we always gave them a way of where to go. But
Yeah.
the biggest topic that I remember asking my family was the men's mental health with Taraki. I never for 1 minute knew so much about men's mental health. And when I asked my
Hmm.
family members, like the other generations, they were very like, it doesn't exist. ਇਹ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦਾ ਬੰਦਿਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀ ਕੁਝ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ and it's ਅੱਜਕੱਲ time ਬਹੁਤ change ਹੋ ਗਿਆ so times have
Bilkul.
changed now and we should start considering and being mindful, which is a very popular word, mindful. We should be mindful of everyone's feelings, not just
Hmm.
women who have had a baby or women who are going through things. It's everybody.
Yeah. And really speaking, some people think that okay, the car show is only about women. No, it's not like that. It's about everyone. Like it's about families, be it sings or cause, doesn't matter. And and yes, when we talk about men's mental health, I think it's equally important. And people do have this, dilemma that okay, only women थोड़ी विचारियां जियां ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ शायद ਤੇ ਉਹੀ ਸ਼ਾयਦ ਕੋਈ depression ਜਾਂ ਲੈਂਦੀ ਨਾ, but no, men are equally prone to all these mental health issues. And we have recently seen so many examples. Even if we take the example of farmer suicides in Punjab, and it's we haven't heard about women, it's mostly men who are actually doing all the suicides. And it's such a big problem, and no one is actually looking into that seriously in Punjab as well. What are your
Yeah,
thoughts,
so
Benji?
I'm also I work alongside with Sikh Relief, and
Hmm.
with Sikh Relief, they've been helping the Punjab farmers for a very long time, and with the families and children's education, and now it's become a massive big deal for them. And it is, you're right. We talk about the farmers and the men who go commit suicide, but actually the women behind and those nyane. So in our
Hmm.
countries where we are now in the West, we get support from government if need be. ਉੱਥੇ ਏਦਾਂ ਕੁਛ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ. They don't
Yeah.
get no support. And I can't say I fully understand them because I'm not there with
Hmm.
them. I don't have the pressure
Yeah.
like what they do. But if as with the Sikh Relief, if we're not actually coming forward to help those families, it's very difficult for them. But I'm really glad
Yeah.
that they do have it in place at the moment where they are helping those families as well. And they do talk about helping the families of the farmers. So there's lots of coverage out there at the moment about what's happening
Hmm.
in Punjab, but where do people go to
Yeah.
help them? Where do they go to find more information? I think
Hmm.
there's Saving Punjab on Instagram, which gives you lots of information. I've done a
Sure.
project where I'm selling some of my products where people, wherever they give in, I will put towards the farmers. So I know a few other people that are doing this as well. And this is the real seva where we want to help those
Yeah.
farmers. because sitting here in England, we're not really helping them. है ना? वैसे जोड़ के
That's
हो ही
right.
सकता
Yes.
है. So there are
Bilkul.
ways that you can help the farmers back in India. It's a big issue
And
right
that's
now.
a
Really big issue.
definitely, and that's Benji, a great cause even you're doing. So just for our audience, Benji in UK is selling off her products, and especially the products which are marked for Punjab farmers. Anything that she's earning from that, that will go towards the Punjab farmers, which is a great seva in itself. And Benji, the other day, I was just I was just came across a workshop which is for financial management for people who are really going under the stress of managing their finances, and maybe they're feeling hardship as well. And I was just thinking, oh my god, this is such a great workshop. Why we don't have these sort of services in Punjab, where people are so much under hardship and they have so much mental health issues because of that, so many ladaiyan in the pravar, everything. Why can't we have such a kind of service over there, that will put a such a checkpoint onto the suicide, especially the farmer suicide that's happening over there in such a great numbers. But no
No,
one
I
no one
totally
actually
agree.
pays attention. Yes.
No,
No
it's a
kanu lagda
very
hai, bas. Hmm.
yeah, it's very. That's why we had Sarveen on. Do you remember when we had Sarveen on and she talked about how moving from England to Punjab and helping the people there, and how it's even making the small difference in a bin makes a massive difference to maybe somebody's mental health. So
Hmm.
I think like families like that to pick up and lift off and go back to Punjab and help your one bin, just helping your one bin could make a massive difference on
Hmm.
being there to talk to them, just being there to listen to children,
Bilkul.
families makes a massive difference. So it was really good having Sarveen on to talk about
Yeah.
how she's done what she's done and where they are going and progressing. But
Hmm.
not everyone's going to be thinking like that. Not everyone can think of that scope. So I think it's very courageous of these people to come on, share their stories, and maybe help those who are in the process of thinking these type of topics. So
Yeah.
yeah, and I also think that people that have other topics that they want to talk about, they do come forward and say, I do want to talk about my experience, but it's still very raw. And that's when
Hmm.
I do say, look, it's totally fine. Come back when you're a little bit able to, Hannah, because they think, can we do some recording and we're live, Hannah? We give
Yeah,
you
that's right.
questions,
Yes.
and then that way, if anyone has any comments or questions as well. And we do
Yes.
have Ganal Singh, who said, thanks to Singh's team working hard on live. Thank you so much. We've had Amrajit again saying, thank you so much. You're welcome. Agampreet Kaur, I wish we knew of more tools to deal with men's mental health. So Taraqi in the UK have a massive, they're a team that help out with this type of issue. They also, I think before COVID, they did also help out with regards to having team meetings. Like they'd have meetings with people, the audience, anyone that wanted to come forward to talk about men's mental health. And then after when COVID started, they do it on via Zoom. So they have continued this on where people can freely come
Yeah.
forward. So they're an amazing team that do help out, and you can find them on Instagram and social media as well, where they do
Hmm.
help out men's mental
Yeah.
health.
Probably in Australia or even in Melbourne, I haven't seen something specific for men so far. I know women are active in this case, and they form groups, and they start events, and men have been supporting them. But I think we definitely need something as a helpline, or a group of men actually who should come together and collaborate as well. So probably in coming days we might actually get another show on mental health, and what better tools or what more tools are available even in Australia or in UK as well. We can talk about that. So that will be one of our homework or exercise, we can say, for the future shows, where we can bring more people to talk about men's mental health. And while
It's
we
very
talking
important.
about that, yes, I might ask our audience as well. Please do give us feedback. What different topics, or what different sort of guests, or even if you want to participate, or you want to talk about any issues or any of your journey, where community can get help and benefit in that. Please do let us know. We will be happy to welcome you to our show.
Yeah, so we do have next week. We're hoping to have 1469 who are going to talk about their journey, which will be
Hmm.
amazing because Parinder's his persona is amazing. If you just talk to him on the phone, he's amazing. So you just know that on the show he's going to be a star. And we also
Yeah.
have someone who wants to come forward and talk about divorce in our community, Punjabi community.
Hmm.
So that again, although you've got one talking about their journey in their business and how it's been amazing with the history of Sikhi and how we got it
Oh,
forward,
yes.
then you've also got someone who wants to talk about divorce. And so the topics that we have are not just one specific or about mental health. It's about a range of anything, your experience, inspiration, taboo topics. And that's why I'm going to welcome the divorce talk because they feel it's passionate and they feel passionate about mentioning it to the audience so that they can
Hmm.
maybe one person they could help. That's the aim. If they can help one person feel like they're not alone, then that will make all
Welcome.
the difference, especially to them as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's again a very sensitive topic, Penji, and we always try to be very cautious in the language and what kind of stories we share without hurting anyone. We try our best, and we try to bring the stories where people can actually again benefit from those stories, and someone can be helped, and be it one person. That's our aim. It always starts with one, and we look forward to discussing that topic as well. And I think that's one of the taboo, like, which is so much prevailing in our society these days. Marriage has just become a second joke these days, and it wasn't like that before. It's really pains me myself personally when I see so many family breaking. And really speaking, today I had a very bad day because I've been dealing with one family all day since morning today, and such a beautiful family with two boys, and it's just getting broken. I mean, and you see so many of all these. Like, it's just the story of one home, but it is happening a lot in our society. I don't know why this is happening, but this is the bitter truth. And of course,
yes.
yeah, that's what we are trying to bring all these conversations on the table, and where we can help the community. Hmm.
Definitely, that's the idea. The idea is that we can talk and be the raise and be the voice of those that can't come forward and talk about the issues. I mean, families that are breaking up right now, it's very tough. It's very tough to be there. But just listening, this is what I've learned again from Taraki. But just being there and listening to them makes all the difference. I think for them because then
Hmm.
they've got a shoulder to, cry on if need be. And
Yeah.
sometimes it's more than that, it's deeper and it's mental health. And sometimes mental health isn't visible. Sometimes you can't really see that someone's going through something because baron
Hmm.
kuch hor te andro kuch hor. And we don't know
Bilkul.
and then start asking or hal chal da puchna chahida hai. So I think it's very important, Ajkal, we should be, again, like I said, mindful of everyone's
Yeah.
situation. है ना? Judgment करने की
Bilkul.
कोई लोड़
And
नहीं
not
है. We
judgment.
should
Bilkul.
yeah, there's no need to be
Hmm.
judgment. We just want to be there and yeah, help them. But last week when I went to the Gurdwara after the show, somebody said to me, "Oh, my mum watches your core show every week," and I was like, "Oh, that's nice." So it was really you get these random feedback like that, and I was like, "Oh, that's really well." And they're like,
Yeah.
and I asked them, did they discuss it with you? And they're like, "No, she really enjoys it every week. She watches it," and I was like, "Oh, that's really good." So I do
Hmm.
enjoy these type of feedback because it's
Yeah.
encouraging. And we
Yeah.
have had, I've got any more comments? We've got Raman Marupar saying, hands up, thank you. We also have um, we have at the end is S Core BA, which is Surinder Auntie from here local. She's put Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. It's great to see two successful, lovely ladies. Wish you all the best. Rani, I've seen your journey, working hard, care of family, and keeping Sikhi Sarup. Thank you. Thank you for the positivity. Yes, we have come a long way. And yes, we are two professionals, but because we have the passion with the drive of the show, we do want to continue it on. And we can continue it on with the Sangat Pyar and your feedback, your
Yes.
comments, your questions. It's so important to us. So Benji, do you have any last speeches or questions?
No, I just want to thanks again our viewers who have been, keeping us on this live show, and let just giving us the opportunity to bring more topics, where we can discuss our journey and help the community. So really, thanks to all the viewers. I think we are here just because of you. So thank you.
Yes, definitely. We are definitely here because of you, and we do want to help you. So where we can, we will definitely try. Also, with the Punjab products that I do have a frame and 2 mugs designs. And if you do want to purchase to help the Punjab farmers, because from such a distance we're not able to, or to help them, please visit our website www.seedcolouring.com or find us on social media at Seed Colouring. Thank you all, and we will see you again next week with another topic. If you have any comments or specific topics that you would like covered, please send us an email to hello@thekaurshow.com. And if you would like to see any of our previous shows that you haven't seen or missed out, then please visit our website, thekaurshow.com. Thank you all. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa,
Khalsa,
Vaheguru
Waheguru Ji
Ji
Ki
Ki Fateh.
Fateh.